I'm here to talk about is how banks or financial institutions can overcome the build versus buy phenomenon. Is there a capability? Sorry about that. So, still doesn't work technology. Sorry about that. Doesn't work. No? Well, that's technology where you need it the most. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. So banks have been going digital for a lot of years today, almost a decade. But we we both struggled with it. So here is the recent example is this. So have the banks actually gone digital? In fact, if you look at it, there's always a question in front of the banks whether they want to build or buy. It's in terms of technology that they want to adopt in order to take it forward. So in their own foray about going about doing things, they've probably implemented portal mobility. They've implemented social networks, integrated with social networks and channels like Facebook, YouTube, and others. They've gone on cloud. That's the latest fad. Have a bunch of analytics deployed. Also self-service kiosks at the end of the day. And probably also ventured into chatbots or the latest one, VR devices. But has it actually made the banks digital? We've all seen technologies about these, but has it actually made the banks digital at the end of the day? Did it actually transform experiences? It's transforming experiences that we are all here to kind of work on and work together. So if you look at it, many a time these broken experiences, even if the front end is really well and not integrated with the operations, it gives a very, very bad experience to the customer. It's not fulfilling at the end of the day. And it ultimately breaks down. Let's look at a few journeys together. Let's look at Kim. Now, Kim is a high earning millennial, something that we can all resonate with. Now, the span of attention with these millennials is very, very less. So, probably they start working on a laptop, get onto a tab, move to a device. So, unless you're able to give a seamless journey to them, the abandonment of account opening experience happens and it kind of gets away. Similarly, let's look at Fajar. Now, Fajar is the CEO of a large retail company, but at the end of the day, without any rhyme or reason, his loan gets reduced or probably disapproved. What do you do about all of this? So, going digital is not about digital transformation at the end of the day. We've all experienced, as I said, implementation of portal, mobility, cloud, and things like that. But it's not digital transformation what banks have been undertaking so far. In fact, if you look at it, most modern organizations focused on enabling digital onboarding as opposed to optimizing processes for the customer. That's what the financial brand says. It's about what they did was doing the onboarding correct, but not the holistic experience. And it's not just about the customers. It's not just about the customers. It's also about the employees at the end of the day. The CEO of a bank, maybe Omar, lack of flexibility in technologies kind of gets him to not perform at his best. Arif, who's the CIO of the information technology wing, facing issues with overshooting budgets and meeting company-wide goals of automation. Head of credit faces the same issues. How does she evaluate the value of the loans that are being disbursed. So at the end of the day, it's not just the customers who are facing issues with digital transformation, it's also the end employees who are facing this at the end of the day. Which basically says that in a bank, there are multiple organizations running multiple processes due to which the end-to-end automation is hindered. In fact, customers really don't bother about it. What they want is seamless, efficient, transparent journeys to give them a holistic experience. So it's in most of the cases what we've noticed is that too many applications result in bottlenecks to scale up. In fact, there are process silos. So while one process, say account opening, may be done really well, at the other end, the retail lending, corporate lending, trade finance, these are all done in silos. So at the end of the day, process silos become one of the major reasons why such an issue results. It's not just the process silos, it's also the technology silos. Various departments would have mushroomed into implementing their own processes, into their own technologies, which is resulting in a siloed approach to the overall automation, and which is resulting in problems related to breakdown of experiences, breakdown of operations, and IT experience, everyone getting into a problem. How do you kind of mitigate the risk of being commoditized? In fact, today, everything that you look at, whether be it accounts, retail lending, trade finance, any of these is slowly getting commoditized. How do you differentiate from one to another? The actual need is to stay ahead of times, is to and digitally accelerate at the right speed. How do you go about doing that? Is in three main areas that we talk about. One is provide multi-channel, frictionless, seamless customer experience. That's the front end layer. That's the layer that gets you the top line. The second is the transition seamlessly from the front end to the operations. That's the bottom line which gets affected. And finally, this is not a one-time process. You have to continuously keep on evolving in order to kind of make it seamless and much more evolved. So business needs to evolve continuously. And it's not just about the business in terms of operations and experience. It's also about the business models that keep on evolving. Learn from it and quickly make them change. So all of these three working in together gives a fabulous digital experience or the digital acceleration that we've been talking about. The customer experience, operational efficiency, and business innovation all come together to give you that digital acceleration that people usually talk about. What we say is hyper automation is the answer to all your problems. It's not just automation, but hyper automation. Hyper automation, in short, is a business driven disciplined approach that organizations use to rapidly identify, vet, automate as many business and IT processes as possible. That's for Gartner. What it means in a nutshell is that you need to automate at the rapid pace that the business demands. You need to kind of consider all the factors that are there in order to automate at a much, much faster way. In fact, Newgen's hyper-automation technology stack that we work upon is one of the most comprehensive technology stacks that you have, which not just works towards the low-code app development platform, but also the automation platform covering RPA as well, the content management and communication management platform, integration platform, and data sciences and AI platform. So all these stacks would be required in order for you to kind of make that hyper automation journey possible. So if you look at it, Newgen provides one of the most comprehensive ones at the end of the day, but you will probably require all of these. And it's not just hyper automating in one particular department at the end of the day. What you need to do is hyper automate enterprise wide. In fact, what Gartner says is that by 2024, the usual siloed approach of making things happen would result in a 40-fold increase in the overall expenditure of making automation to happen. Unless you decide on technologies which are geared up to kind of hyper automate this journey for you. In fact, hyper-automation is not about the one-time exercise. It's to continuously evolve. What you do is start with an experience layer, operations layer, tie it down, innovate, and this becomes a hyper loop of continuously evolving in order to make things much, much faster, growing at an overall rate. In fact, start small, build as you go, expand on what you build faster as you go. That's the motto that we believe in when we work along with banks. In fact, the usual thing is, do I now invest in building something on my own with a platform of hyper automation? Or do I buy something which is readily available into the market? So buy gives you that rapid flexibility and moving on further with it. Building usually means starting from scratch. So if there are solutions available which can give you the flexibility of building it from scratch, however, give you ready adapters to or business models to kind of work on, that's the flexibility that Newgen brings to the table of buy plus build together. So what it basically means is that hyper automation, that's the backbone, coupled with industry domain specific best of breed accelerators, which can come into picture, hyper automate or make your journeys of automation much, much faster, still keeping into view the overall thing. So what it basically means, the backbone of journey orchestration, complex business rules, integration frameworks, content services, RPA, and low-code interfaces remain to be there. However, what it enables you to do is use accelerators or domain-specific templates for retail lending, business loans management, CASA account opening, end-to-end trade finance, supply chain finance, and collections and servicing. So while all of this is available, it integrates seamlessly to the Dukjafel, Prevendo, and other bureaus that are available in order to make the journeys much, much more comprehensive. In fact, what we promote is to utilize your digital experiences without compromising on your existing investments that you've made on systems. So what it basically means is that the digital experience platform of hyper automation remains to be there, and it kind of goes and builds on it. So continuously take on a process, build on it, orchestrate it, make it complete, and take it to the next level. So the digital experience platform coupled with the application platform gives you that enterprise-wide overall automation that we talk about in order to make it comprehensive and complete. In fact, there are a host of industry specific accelerators that are available in order to make things happen at an enterprise layer for you. So if you look at it, varies from commercial lending, retail deposits, payments, trade finance, and other processes, even getting into lead management and things like that, which can be useful for your overall automation of an enterprise. At the end of the day, Kim becomes happy with onboarding in minutes, seamless operations, and device independent journeys. Fajar becomes happy as the organization or the bank work towards onboarding him and not rejecting the loans. The visibility is there. Productivity improvements with Omar with streamlined operations and visibility. Arif becomes happy since there are no siloed approaches to working on things, working on systems. It's all integrated and one particular thing that's being worked upon. And two, because she is in better control of the overall credit management at the end of the day, it all works for her. It's time to turn on hyper-automation enterprise wide and probably with Newgen One. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for your time.
Ladies and gents, can we please give a big round of